Here we have a SAT math question. Okay, let's go the information we have in the question. Each year, the value of an investment increases by 0.49% of its value the previous year. Which of the following functions are best models how the value of the investment changes over time? Okay, so question clearly says the investment increases. So definitely option A cannot be correct, option B cannot be correct because option A and option both of them are saying decreasing. Okay, it doesn't matter that it's exponential or linear. Anyways, it's decreasing means it's completely opposite to the information we have over here. So option A and option B cannot be correct. So either option C or option D can be correct. So here we have confusion. So what is increasing exponential? What is increasing linear? Okay, let's look at an example to understand the difference between increasing exponential and increasing linear. Here, first let's go over the linear growth, that is increasing linear. So for example, I have invested $100 and this number 0, 1, 2 represents a number of years. 0 represents present and 1 represents 1 year from now. This 2 represents after 2 years from now. Okay, the same thing we have over here. So I have invested $100 in a bank account and my investment grows 10% linear. So there is linear growth by 10% means like at the end of the first year, so 10% of the investment is calculated, 10% of 100. You may have a question. So why should we use 10%? Actually, it is 0.49%. Actually, it's just a weird number. So because your mind is to understand the difference between the linear growth and exponential growth. So if I use 10%, it is it's easier for me to do calculation on this $100. So that's why I've taken this 10%, this $100 just for an example. Okay, so if there is a linear growth of 10% on my investment, so 10% of this $100 will be calculated. So 10% of $100 is $10. That is, so from now 0 represents present. At the end of the first year, I'll be getting $10 as an interest. Then at the end of the first year, the value of my investment will be the interest $10, my investment $100. So the value of my investment will become $110. Okay, at the end of the second year. So how much interest will I get? At the end of the second year also, we'll be calculating 10% of the original value of the investment. But that is in the beginning, how much I invested. So 10% of the investment I had in the beginning. So again, I'll be getting the same interest, $10. So already the end of the first year, the value of my investment is $110. Now this $10 interest will be added to this one. So at the end of the second year, the value of my investment will be $120. Again, at the end of the third year, 10% will be calculated of my investment I had in the beginning. That is the same $100. This is linear growth. But let's come to exponential. So at the end of the first year, 10% will be calculated of my investment, $100. So I'll be getting $10 as an interest. So this $10 will be added to $100. Then the value of my investment at the end of the first year will be $110. At the end of the second year also, 10% will be calculated, not in this value at the beginning. So it will be calculated, 10% of interest will be calculated in the value of my investment in the previous year. So now I'm at the end of the second year. So to know the value of my investment at the end of the second year, when the growth is exponential, the 10% will be calculated in the value of the investment in the previous year. So 10% of this $110 will be just $11. Then the value of my investment at the end of the second year will be, so 110 plus 11, it will become $121. So at the end of the third year also, the same 10% will be calculated on the value of my investment in the previous year, that is at the end of the second year. So this is exponential. So the question clearly says investment increases by 0.49% of its value the previous year. So according to the stuff, so we looked at over here, so clearly the given situation represents increasing exponential. So the correct answer choice for this question is option C.